Good afternoon, friends. You are most welcome to Think Eyes channel. Today we are going to discuss the gist of India Yearbook 2022, which is written by GSS Score. Our topic is Corporate Affairs. Let us begin the topic. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs (MCA) is primarily concerned with administration of the Companies Act 2013, the Companies Act 1956, the Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008, and other allied acts and rules and regulations framed thereunder, mainly for regulating the functioning of the corporate sector. The ministry is also responsible for administering the Competition Act 2002 to prevent practices having adverse effect on competition, to promote and sustain competition in markets, to protect the interest of consumers through the commission set up thereunder or under the Act. Central Registration Center. The project to transform the processing of company incorporation e-form was undertaken with one clear objective, that is application for name reservation and incorporation of a company could be processed and completed within D plus 1 days in line with global best practices. Here D means date of payment confirmation. The time taken for processing company incorporation applications has been reduced drastically to 1 to 2 days for incorporation of companies. Ease of doing business. As part of Government of India's Ease of Doing Business initiative, that is EODB initiative, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs has notified and deployed a new web form Christian Spice Plus, pronounced SPICEPLUS, Spice Plus. Spice Plus is an integrated web form. Spice Plus has two parts. Part A for name reservation for new companies. Part B offering a bouquet of services with incorporation, director identification number, DIN allotment, mandatory issue of PAN, mandatory issue of TAN, mandatory issue of EPFO registration, mandatory issue of ESIC registration, mandatory issue of profession tax registration, Maharashtra, Karnataka, West Bengal, mandatory opening of bank account for the company, and allotment of GSTIN if so applied for. A new and user-friendly dashboard on the front office has been created for company incorporation application. Spice Plus and linked forms are applicable. Central Scrutiny Center. Central Scrutiny Center (CSC) was launched in 2021. CSC will scrutinize the STP straight through process forms to check for any deficiency. Companies Act 2013. The Companies Act 2013. The Act was enacted to consolidate and amend the laws relating to the companies. The Act introduced significant changes related to disclosure to shareholders, accountability of directors, auditors, and key managerial personnel, investors' protection, and corporate governance. The quasi-judicial bodies, viz. National Company Law Tribunal and National Company Law Appellate Tribunal, have also been constituted under the Act to discharge various functions. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code IBA Code 2016, that is IBC. The code IBA means Insolvency Bankruptcy Act, or IBC means Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. IBC, the code was enacted with the objective to consolidate and amend the laws relating to reorganization and insolvency resolution of corporate persons, partnership firms, and individuals in the time-bound manner. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 was enacted with the objective of consolidated and amend the laws relating to the reorganization and insolvency resolution of corporate persons, partnership firms, and individuals in the time-bound manner. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India (IBM) was established in 2016. The IBBI has the mandate for regulation of insolvency professionals agencies and information utilities beside exercising other powers and functions as envisaged under the code. National Company Law Tribunal. National Company Law Tribunal NCLT and the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal NCLAT were constituted for faster resolution of corporate disputes and reducing the multiplicity of agencies, thereby promoting ease of doing business in the country. National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. The NCLAT has been established to hear the appeals against the orders of NCLT under the Companies Act. Limited Liability Partnership. LLP is a form of business entity which allows individual partners to be protected from the joint and several liabilities of the partners in the partnership firms. The liability of partners incurred in the normal course of business does not extend to the personal assets of the partners. It is capable of entering into contracts and holding property in its own name. An LLP would be able to fulfill the compliance norms with much greater ease, coupled with limitations of liability. E-governance project. The ministry operated an end-to-end e-governance project called MCA 21 for end-to-end service delivery comprising companies and limited liability partnership with registration, incorporation registry and other compliance related services. The project was started on the build, own, operate and transfer boot model with the vision to introduce a service oriented approach in design and delivery of the government services. Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority. Investor Education and Protection Fund IEPF has been established with the objective of promoting investor education, awareness and protection. The fund is maintained under Consolidated Fund of India. National Financial Reporting Authority. National Financial Reporting Authority NFRA was constituted to protect the public interest and the interest of investors, creditors and other associated with the companies or bodies corporate. Indian Corporate Law Services. Indian Corporate Law Service. Ministry of Corporate Affairs is the cadre controlling authority of the Indian Corporate Law Service ICLS. Serious Fraud Investigation Office. The main function of Serious Fraud Investigation Office SFIO is to investigate corporate frauds of serious and complex nature. Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. The ministry set up the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs IICA serves as a holistic think tank and the capacity building service delivery institution to help corporate growth reforms through synergized knowledge management, partnerships and problem solving in one stop shop mode. Competition Commission of India. The Competition Commission of India CCI was established with the objective of eliminating practices having an adverse effect on competition, promoting and sustaining competition, protecting the interest of consumers and ensuring freedom of trade in India. Thank you very much.